Hey, have you ever wondered what the world would be like if we had never invented the internet? Do you think we would have developed more or less as a society? How about mental health? Maybe we would have had a better concentration. Either way, most of the people now depend on the internet. And that's exactly why we need to pay attention to how it affects us. There are a lot of harmful beliefs going around even the most progressive social media like TikTok.
I can't watch modern day movies. I can't do it because they're not about entertainment anymore. It's straight psyops. I did some time in a psychological operations unit. I understand what goes into these things. Movies nowadays are not entertainment. It is pure propaganda.
I want to hear your opinion on this topic because I think films and books have always carried some specific values they wanted to share. Every creator, when making their art, is projecting the piece of their worldview. However, the difference between art and propaganda lies in intent. Propaganda is a form of communication aimed at influencing people's beliefs, attitudes, or behaviors, often by presenting biased or misleading information. Also, I have to mention that propaganda in media is definitely not a new thing. And to understand why I share the definitions and the difference between these two, you need to watch this video till the end.
And it is pushing very clear agendas which are predominantly anti-masculine, anti-family, anti-traditional values, anti-faith, pro-deviancy, pro-sexual agendas being pushed on kids. Movies nowadays are straight propaganda. They're not in my house for that reason. It's so blatant.
So the propaganda this guy can't stand and finds harmful is letting people live their lives? Honestly, I'm so tired of people who are so fragile that they cry seeing a feminine man on a screen. What's wrong with you? You're ashamed that you're not brave enough like those awesome people to be yourself? Is that why you're so angry and insecure? Or are you scared the world will shift their attention to someone other than straight white men? Me too. I don't watch movies anymore. They are normalizing every kind of evil to condition our minds into accepting what is unacceptable in the society. Yeah, there is nothing more evil than not masculine men. Not even like criminals or wars or natural disasters. Every movie has a hidden message. I can see them all. It's ridiculous. Congrats, you've learned about subtext. Try watching other movies, you'll find it extremely entertaining. Sometimes I put subtext in my videos as well. Can you read it now? Right, like, comment and subscribe or I will psyop you to do the same. That's the exact reason you should watch them with the kids, to wake them up at the early age to the psyop. Yes, cartoons and nowadays films show minorities so we understand it's normal. Unfortunately for many people around the world, it's still surprising that some of us might have a different skin color or love someone not based on their gender. Yeah, that happens and we don't choose it. And if a cartoon will help a child to embrace their true self, then that's exactly what we need to do. I know it might be tiring to see that some films push the same idea over and over again. But if that's what we need to do to make this world better, then it's a deal for me. By the way, they are still great movies, especially if you develop a sense of empathy. And who actually tried to manipulate people is this guy himself. Just look at the pictures he shows talking about propaganda, anti-family, and LGBTQ+ flags. So these are not families, right? People who have married each other and even have children are not a family. Anti-traditional values is my favorite one. What a Buzz Lightyear did to you? He has a cat? That's what insults you? I forgot that a real man can adopt only a python or at least a German Shepherd wolf half-breed. Anti-faith is again LGBTQ+ community, because they all believe only in Satan. It's a proven fact. Pro-deviancy and again LGBTQ+ community. I just can't stand when people say this phrase. Yeah, when you love someone, just love them. It's like committing a crime. This is what they call male privilege. Homelessness, men 62%, women 38%. Deaths in battle, men 98%, women 2%. Winners of custody, men 18%, women 82%. Life expectancy, men 79 years, women 83 years. Homicides, men 77%, women 22%. These are some really sad statistics. But I have to say it's kind of unfair to include only this part of the world. I can share some statistics too, and to not show that all men are evil, no, just so you see the whole picture. Males were convicted of the vast majority of homicides in the United States, representing 89.5% of the total number of offenders. If you're interested, there is a list of specific crimes. Or if you like statistics on gender pay gap, in the US on average women earn 20% less than men. The who set that system up argument has always been stupid because it ignores the fact that women play a significant role in upholding harmful systems and ideas. Oh, thank you for the reminder, my favorite statistics. Presidents in the US, men 100%, women 0%. EU Council consists of 25 men and 4 women, which is 86% of men. The leaders of France after 1793 is 100% men, 0% women. 87.5% of billionaires in the world are men. 99.6% of popes were men. The legend says Yes, women are so fearsome that we need to check each other's balls for safety. Racism, sexism, ableism, and classism is perpetuated by men and women. 40% of slave owners were women, and many feminists early on fought for women to join the KKK. All of the things that feminists claim to be examples of toxic masculinity are perpetuated by men and women. I agree with the fact that men and women did and can do awful things, but that doesn't change the fact that we need feminism and equality. It didn't appear out of thin air. Self-proclaimed feminist women constantly insult men for not making six figures, for not fitting beauty standards, and for raising awareness about Men's Mental Health Month. First of all, no sane feminist speaker would ever say something bad about men's mental health awareness. It is really important for society in general. If you agree that it's vital, instead of spreading hate on feminism, you could concentrate on your own problems. Do you know when Men's Mental Health Month is? Why don't you make a video about it? Yeah, women spread information on what's important for them, but that doesn't mean you can't do the same. If all men in power gathered together to resolve your issues, maybe they'd come up with something. By the way, women searching for a rich man is a patriarchal concept as well. For centuries, women couldn't earn money themselves, and we still don't pay women enough. And that's why for a lot of women in the past, their standard of living was directly connected to the man they choose. And don't you remember old fairy tales where a prince was chosen by his wealth to marry a princess? Also, if only men were responsible for society's issue, collective punishment is bad, so blaming all men for society's issue is stupid. Yes. Any feminist who has ever thought who set that system up was a good argument proves that intersectional feminism doesn't even exist and that modern feminism is just women pretending that all men are innately evil and all women are innately good. Then can you explain to me why feminism even appeared? Just why? Women were fighting to simply live as they wanted. It's the most basic need one has. And of course men face so many problems as well. But that doesn't eliminate the discrimination, stereotypes, pay gaps, reproductive rights violations, and many other things towards women. Obviously, I don't think that men are evil. I love my dad. I have so many examples of great, funny, smart, caring men. That's why I think we actually have a future as a society. And that's why we need to continue fighting for equality and peace. But it seems like it's not as important for everyone. Attractive women tend to be more traditional than less attractive women who push feminism. Why am I supposed to feel ugly only because I am an educated, empathetic person? Going back to the statistics, the more educated the person is, the more likely they're going to be a feminist. For example, 54% of high school educated people are feminists. But for people with bachelor's degree or higher, it rises to 72%. I know I'm boring you with those percentages. I swear it was the last one. Probably.
Worst thing that women can do nowadays is to think that having a career and children are something you could do simultaneously.
Like the worst thing women can do? The worst? Okay. Honey, I'm home. Who's that in bed with you? Oopsie. Well, you know, it's my secret lover. Do you sleep with me and someone else at the same time? Well, there is another one actually, so it's gonna be 3. And I robbed a bank yesterday. And I'm about to cheat on you with your dad as well. Well, at least you don't go to work and have children simultaneously. What's for dinner?
The people that say that are often people that do not have children. And then the people that do have children are often the people that have to hire nannies to take care of their own children.
Okay, I know I called him not as smart, but I kind of agree with that. It is really hard to work and raise children simultaneously. You have to be a really strong person to handle that. That's why a child has a father as well, so you can split your chores and not expect a woman to do all the labor. And every family has to choose by their own who stays at home, who goes to work, or should they hire a nanny. Am I right?
So the solution is basically going back to traditional masculinity and feminism.
Absolutely.
Oh, masculinity. I forgot about the true savior of the world.
There's an undermining of the female role and the importance of motherhood and the complete and total exploitation of it, undermining what it is. That right there is how you make a society weak. You undermine how damn important it is for a woman to just rock the cradle.
Rocking the cradle, that's what forms a society. Remember those words, pass them through generations. Yeah, motherhood is important, but tell me, how many people in the world have an absent father? Don't you think the best way to solve this problem is equality in relationships with your partner? It's called partnership.
You want to be exhausted? Work your 9-to-5 job, and then show up to children, and then have to meet the needs of your husband. You're going to either resent the thing that you show up to do from 9 to 5, or you're going to resent your children and your partner.
Don't you think raising a child is not a less exhausting thing? Oh, thank you for saving me from 9-to-5 job so I can have 24/7 job at home that you will take for granted. I love how he doesn't have any doubts that a woman after work still needs to meet some standards of her husband. Thank you so much for your unsolicited opinion. I hope someday you will understand what family and caring for someone truly means. And if you don't believe me that it's a hard role being a housekeeper, listen to other women who have experienced it. It's so mentally exhausting being the one to do all the unnoticeable housekeeping. With groceries, it's not just going to the store, it's prepping the fridge, making meal ideas, seeing what you already have that needs to be used before expiring. With house cleaning, you clean so many things that no one will notice or appreciate until it's left undone. You do it even though you don't feel like there's anything to show for your hours of dedicated time put towards keeping your house in order. I'm really sorry for all people struggling with house chores. It is really tiring doing this work, especially when no one appreciates it. The problem of conservative families is that it's considered to be a gift for women to stay at home. Well, thinking that you don't expect your woman to do all the job at home and then go to work as well is the least men can do. No one even considers how hard it can be. They say, you sit at home all the time, what did you do all day that you still didn't wash dishes? Well, because there are hundreds of other things you're stuck with every day. So other women sharing how being a traditional wife is a true blessing can be not true for everyone. Fortunately, I am a traditional woman, so will gladly keep the house clean and cook supper even after I've had a long work day. I have nothing bad to say towards this woman. I just really hope she is appreciated for what she's doing. Being a traditional wife is not an inherently bad thing. I hope you understand that. The thing that concerns me is that they go hand in hand with misogyny and the power of men over women. It's okay if you love this lifestyle. Just remember you deserve equal effort from your partner as well. And to make sure none of you think that I hate men, I'll show you anti-feminist women as well.
I'm anti-feminist. Of course I birthed my baby at home.
I'm anti-feminist. Of course I track my menstrual cycle instead of taking toxic birth control.
I'm anti-feminist. Of course, I healed my menstrual cycle with raw liver and beef after 8 years of veganism.
I have a question. Do these women know what feminism is? This is so funny because while watching this video, TikTok suggests researching what is feminism. Honestly, I have so many questions that I don't know which one should go first. Why is giving birth to a baby anti-feminist? Yeah, the probability of hurting yourself or a baby increases drastically if you're having them not in a hospital. Because you know, there are medical supplies and doctors, but it's your choice, we can't do anything about it. But that's what they say about it. We are anti-obstetric violence and treating birth like an illness that requires intervention. Yeah, I don't even know what to say. Yes, birth is not an illness, but if there is some process that can cause my V's bleed to my A, I would like to have a doctor near me. This is so insane that I don't even know how to react on it. As well as treating menstrual cycle. So birth is not an illness, but you need to treat your periods. Honey, I have to tell you, it's not a wound that bleeds out there. And the raw meat will definitely not do anything about it. Should I even say how dangerous it is to consume raw liver and beef? We are anti being told we need to lose weight, go low fat and eat plant-based to be healthy. But in fact, we're depriving our bodies of the most bioavailable nourishing foods. Forget about the bioavailable parts, body positivity is part of feminism too. Please do your research before protesting. You literally don't understand what you hate. Raw liver? You're a nest of parasites, dear friends. Einstein answers. You cook liver that has parasites on it? Yeah, cause every time you buy meat, you look closely if there's any hepatitis E or swine flu or salmonella. You would be able to know if the meat is contaminated visually. Also have optimal stomach acid, it will kill the things our bodies are not meant to have. It's just not true. If our bodies were designed that way, we wouldn't poop ourselves after drinking coffee with milk. And of course, the favorite topic of past years, the toxic birth control. Toxic birth control saves me from chronic pain. I wonder why you had chronic pain by all means. Just cover it up with carcinogen. How is that even an argument? Why did she have a chronic pain? Her body knew that she's about to start birth control and tried to stop her? And then after taking birth control, it suddenly gave up? I don't want to be rude, but those people have an unbelievable amount of trashy conspiracy theories in their heads. I don't understand where they take that information from. And how do they believe it without any proof conferred by science?
I'm anti-feminist. Of course I know I can do whatever a man can do. Why would I want to?
Okay, she might be the only one who understood the assignment. Every person saying that feminism does something bad for society has to remember. Its primary goal is to make women live as they want to. You want to be a trad wife? Fine. You want to work? It's okay too. The choice is all that matters. If someone's life offends you and you feel like you need to choose for someone, try to concentrate on yourself. And please don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe. I'm a small creator and it is really important for me. Bye!